Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Golden Ratio Podcast. I am Jen, GR Mom, joined as always by GR Dad.
Hi.
How's it going, GR Dad?
Oh, it's going great. I'm just peachy keen, super top of mind game.
Wow.
Not quite, but, you know, doing all right.
The cocktail of the week this week is the Delete That Text.
I like the name. That is a great name.
Delete That Text.
That is a great name.
The Delete That Text is, I don't know. I'd call it I don't know what the fuck it is. Okay. 4 blackberries, fresh. An ounce of vodka, an ounce of gin, half an ounce of elderflower, and 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice. So it's going to be tart. You smush up those blackberries in your shaker, then you put all the other stuff in and shake it, and then you double strain it because you don't want those blackberry seeds in there.
We tried using Remy as a blackberry smusher, but he didn't give them back up.
Those were blueberries.
Blue blackberries, black blueberries. Fair enough.
Okay.
Sounds tasty. Also healthy. Full of antioxidants
Yeah.
and ketamines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It's time for administrative
I
court.
want a new dog, one that isn't as loud.
I mean, which one do you...
I think that was a song in the 80s. I want a new dog.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Huey Lewis in the News.
Huh.
It was actually, I want a new drug. But it could be I want a new dog. Maybe I'll do that as a new version of it.
Go for it. We all support you, Ingo.
I want a new drug. Something, what
This is electrifying podcast content right here.
You can't pay for this. Well, I mean, you wouldn't want to.
It's time for Administrative Corner.
Woo! Administrative Corner. I love Administrative Corner.
So I have a couple items. One is an appreciation in these dark times. I think it is good to find things to be grateful for.
I agree.
So maybe we're going to put some of those in Administrative Corner.
Yeah, I think this is very much up Ingo Corner alley.
Well,
I've been trying to do this quietly for years, and you've been relegating it to the dirty, unswept corner of this podcast.
I mean, my hope is that these ones in Administrative Corner aren't going to be boring.
Oh. Ooh, curses.
Oh, man.
Foiled again. All right, go ahead. Do your thing.
No, this one is especially up your alley because it is about Harvard.
Oh.
Do you know anybody who went there?
You went there.
Who else?
Some friends
in the household
of mine.
Some friends of yours.
Some former roommates of mine. Oh, crap.
So I am taking a photojournalism class at Harvard this semester.
Yes, you are, because you are awesome.
And it is so good. And I was reflecting this week on the Harvard experience.
Mm-hmm.
And the professor for my photojournalism class is Samantha Appleton, who was a White House photographer in the Obama administration.
Only that.
Like,
Only that.
How cool is that? Seriously, Ingo, how cool is that?
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
I know. And so it's like this tiny little class. There's like 12 students. And so it's like, I can be, hello, Samantha Appleton, would you please look at my pictures? And then she's like, let me give you some advice on those pictures.
And she will, which she wouldn't do as a White House, whatever photographer.
No.
As a professor, she will.
That's right. She will. And like, I'm like, I am shooting this like whole project about the campaign. And she's like, would you like me to introduce you to some people? And I was like, I absolutely would.
No kidding.
Samantha Appleton. That would be great. Actually, I call her Sam. Sam, that would be great.
Is that what she wants to be called?
It's her email is Sam Appleton. It's like it's signed Sam. So
yeah, that's fair.
That's what she hasn't corrected me.
That's good.
I do feel a little weird about it.
I'd be like Professor Appleton and then make her correct me if she really feels differently about it. Professor Appleton, ma'am.
Doctor, professor, except I don't think she's a doctor. But still. No, it's great. So she's like introduced me to all these people and like helped me get access to stuff and, helped me talk about like what are the pictures I can put on the wire.
She also knows her stuff. Like she's also got stories and experience and things to convey beyond like I'm studying this textbook.
She used to do conflict all the time. Like
you and I did some conflict. We've resolved it.
not that kind.
Oh, okay.
Not that kind.
You mean war correspondent?
War zone photography. Yes.
Yes.
Block.
Speaking of which,
Yeah, not like this.
Warzone just erupted, but it is now, mediated.
Hers were a little more dramatic than ours.
It's getting pretty dramatic.
And it's just awesome, right? Where I can be like, hi, you took this picture in the 2003 Iraq War, and it's not how I would have done it, and I get how you did it is better, but I don't exactly know how I would go about doing it that way. Could you please tell me about it? And she's like, sure, let us, as a class, spend 10 minutes talking about this photo. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
Awesome.
It's good that she's a good professor, too, because I had some big names. I mean, someone might have gone to undergraduate at Harvard and had some big name professors, but some of them were just bad professors and just
Now, how would you know that?
friends told me these things. We're just boring otherwise, but this sounds like a great combo package.
It's awesome. It's awesome. So I'm just like very grateful to be able to like do these classes and then like be like, I think I want to try out doing this thing and have access to people who can help me do it.
That's great.
It's great. Hooray for Harvard. They got their problems, but don't we all? Okay. The second item on the list is about butter, which I feel like
I love butter.
now has a place. And
Butter is good.
you could even call this a butter scandal. I know that our scandals are fish and nut scandals.
Fish and nut.
Fish and nut scandals.
And cheese.
And then
We have a cheese interest.
we do have a cheese interest. We also have a butter interest, primarily in the form of lighting it on fire or not. But this is kind of a butter scandal, which I feel like is just it had to be here in administrative
I'm
corner.
all in to learn about the good and bad of and ugly of butter. Ugly butter.
Okay. So Costco is recalling 80,000 pounds of butter.
Whoa, that's a lot of butter.
It is a lot of butter.
That's a lot of butter
You could make
cows.
several life-size statues of John Stamos
You
out
could
of
make
80,000
some
pounds.
solid butter cows instead of those hollow ones.
That's right, you could. 80,000 pounds of butter.
Holy cow, that's a lot of butter.
They're recalling it because the packaging does not say that it contains milk. But it's butter. It's made out of milk. But it doesn't say that it contains milk on the package, and so they're recalling it. It's perfectly safe. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not labeled as containing milk, even though it's butter.
Is this a regulatory thing? Is this because they don't want to get sued? I mean, this sounds kind of dumb, Jen.
In early October, the FDA sent out an initial recall on Kirkland Signature Butter, produced by Continental Dairy Facilities Southwest LLC. The recall is for 79,200 pounds of butter due to an undeclared allergen. According to the FDA, the packages of both salted and unsalted Kirkland Signature Sweet Cream Butter list cream as an ingredient, but may not contain the contains milk allergy statement visible on the packaging.
I gotta say, FDA bureaucrat who decided to do this, this seems one of those things where, look, ask a buddy, because a buddy would tell you, what do you think butter's made of?
It literally says it's made of cream, but it doesn't say contains milk.
We had to recall all these bags of ice because they don't say made of water.
On November 7th, the FDA
Frickin'
classified the recall as Class 2, which means it is, quote, a situation in which the use of, exposure to, a violative product may cause temporary or medically reversible adverse health consequences, or where the probability of serious adverse health consequences is remote. But they still have to take back all 80,000 pounds of butter.
I understand
which is
people
made out of
are
milk.
lactose intolerant, and I'm not intolerant of that. But I do think lactose intolerant people know that butter has milk. I mean, this
It
is
literally
the
is
thing.
milk.
Yeah, I mean, there are, yeah. There's a theory in law that when a hazard is open and obvious, you don't need a label about it. Like, I think it was Justice Frankfurter? No, older. Holmes, who said you don't have to label a knife and say this knife is sharp. Now, he was probably, assuming people know these things.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like, if something is open and obvious, you don't have to label it, and it still, people just assume the risk when they use the product. Like, yeah, people know a knife is sharp. People know butter is milk, has milk.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's some dumb people who don't understand, but we can't protect from like all levels of dumb.
We shouldn't legislate that. And if they're lactose intolerant and don't know what where lactose is,
It says it contains cream. If you're lactose intolerant, you should also not be eating cream.
I mean, what are they going to do with it? Impound it? Like throw it away? This
I
sounds
guess they have to throw it
terrible.
away.
This sounds terrible. If they at least made sculptures out of it, because you can use it as sculpting material, regardless.
Mm-hmm.
But all the fairs are done.
If you're afraid of your Kirkland butter that contains milk, but you weren't warned, you could send it to us. We'll use it.
Yes, if you're trying to have your butter recalled, send it to us. Recall it to us. I'll eat 80,000 pounds of butter just to avoid this bad outcome. I will then weigh 80,000 pounds. I think that's how it works.
Yes, that is how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will be several semi-trucks full.
Oh, my God. Okay. The only other really administrative item is that, I guess we got two. One, calendars. They're in the links. You can find them. Lulu.com.
Yeah, I have one item too.
Okay. Two, this was actually your suggestion, so maybe this is your item or maybe you have another one.
Maybe I'm full of surprises.
Blue Sky. Really lovely Twitter alternative. I've been spending some more time over there. It's real nice, like before Twitter went all bad. And we're posting over there. So we're not going off of anything. We're going to stay on everything for now.
And most of the people, does everyone know Darth? Darth is on there.
Darth is on Blue Sky and active. It's a reason enough to go.
Most of the good people that I used to follow on Twitter are on Blue Sky also. So you can kind of refollow them there. There are ways to mass follow, you said.
Blue Sky Bridge.
Bridge?
Oh. So there's a tool that you can get called Blue Sky Bridge or Blue Sky Bridge, depending on how you pronounce it. And you, it's like a little browser extension, and then you can go to your Twitter follower list, and it'll put a button next to everybody who's on Blue Sky, and you can just click there and follow them.
Oh.
So if you want to like follow the people you
already
already
import your contents, but with one extra step. That
yeah, it's a little manual, but it's not bad.
But it's okay. You might not want everyone that you follow on Twitter.
Yeah, and then there's also a thing on Blue Sky called starter packs that people can create, and it's like so you can share basically like a list of people that you follow. So if I'm like, hey, here's people who are studying like mis and disinformation, I can make a mis and disinformation starter pack.
And someone has already made an Ugly Dog starter pack.
There is an Ugly Dog starter pack. Yep.
So it's the one. It's a bunch of followers that this Ugly Dogs person thought were worth following. Dog heavy, I'm sure.
Exactly.
But also dog friend heavy.
Yep.
Yeah. We Rate Dogs, for example, is on there, of course.
Me too. I'm on it.
You are.
Yep.
So is the Golden Ratio.
Yes. Posting every day.
There you go.
Okay. What was your administrative corner item?
Oh, I have to apologize about the Northern Ireland thing.
Oh, did they come for you?
I think I've done it online. No, they're all very, very nice, including this guy named Declan, who wrote me a very nice DM on Twitter, I think, to explain it all to me. Shout out to his girlfriend, Michelle, whose birthday it is this last week, I think.
Oh.
I missed it. But he explained it all to me, and I knew it, and I was trying to make a point badly. I was just meant it's like an occupied territory, but there you go.
Yeah.
No, he was very, very kind about it, and he's like, I think he said a few times, I'm not trying to be a dick. I just thought you should know the whole background. I'm like, thank you very much.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, no one was a dick about it. I got some sort of ribbing and some sort of covered faces.
I liked everybody who's like, when Jen gasped, I also gasped.
Yes, so that's fair. And I'm not defending at all the stupid, clumsy things I said because they weren't accurate. So never mind. I'm up to speed and I'm empathetic.
We're glad to have you on the team. Northern Ireland is Ireland.
Yes.
I'm not making fun of you. I am glad that you were open to like people.
Yeah. No, I really didn't explain what I meant, and the things I said were not accurate.
You were going full nation state on us.
It was not even, right? Like I didn't really know what I was doing about it, so I've figured it out, but I didn't say it.
We don't even need to talk about it anymore.
So there you go. I don't even know if I'm apologizing. I'm just saying I've learned, and I'm not as dumb as I sounded.
Do you
I think
you think the nugget needs to go out?
the nugget can settle down.
Okay.
She was just out 10 minutes ago, which means nothing actually, because she's got the metabolism of a shrew, whatever has a
gonna take
fast
her.
metabolism.
All right, one sec. Okay, success. She did her business out there. It's time for dog updates.
Woo!
It's Remy's birthday. He's 9.
He is a nice man, is what he is.
He is.
A
He
9-year-old nice man.
had a little waffle with some blueberries on it.
He really seemed joyful when he was chomping on that waffle.
Yeah,
I
he
was very pleased to watch that.
No puppies around, so he just got to eat it at his own pace.
Yep, and then he had, I think, every blueberry separately.
Yeah, other than that, no dramatic updates since last week. Everybody's doing fine.
Yep, Brody's doing sort of monthly, 3 weeks monthly massages, acupuncture with little electricity.
Yep, laser treatments.
And laser treatment. And the vet insists on using white acupuncture needles. And she always loses one or two in his fur. And I'm petting him and, in the car. And there's a little needle.
Oh, my God.
I mean, they're such fine little needles,
Yeah,
right? And
yeah.
I know they come with like
There's red ones.
or black ones or green ones. But she uses the white ones for Brody. And they are real hard to find.
Oh, my God. That's so funny.
Yeah, it is. He doesn't mind. He seems to like it. It really does seem to do stuff for him.
Acupuncture is one of those things where it's like, you could be like, that's all garbage homeopathic stuff, except like animals don't have the placebo effect.
Right. They're
and
not,
it works.
they're
on
not
them.
studying, Asian culture or the background, the historical background to this to appreciate it.
No.
It must actually work.
Yep. It doesn't work on all of them, but probably half our dogs who have done it, it helps.
Yeah.
Nothing for foods.
I think it works for Brody.
Yeah.
I mean, it has an effect, right? I mean,
Yes.
he's not bounding around like a gazelle, but he does get more action.
He does seem to feel better.
When he needs to, he can climb the stairs too in the front.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Sometimes when he's lying outside on the grass, I come upstairs and then 5 minutes later he's up here,
Oh.
wet from swimming,
Wow.
woofling to come in.
Jeez.
I know he can still do it. He just doesn't want to. He's actually smart.
We have 2 related projects that are going to start taking place at the house.
Related to Brody. Related to acupuncture.
I guess if we
Related
put
to
both those things.
electricity.
We are getting solar panels put in next week, which I'm very excited
That's
about.
very cool.
Because we already have the Starlink.
Yep.
And then solar panels. And so in case of hurricane, we are going to be fully powered and internet connected.
Unless the solar panels fly away. In which
Then
case
we get bigger problems.
we have to chase
Then
them.
the roof is also missing and we're fucked.
Then it might not matter. We haven't tested the Starlink yet. Might not
Oh, I've
work.
tested it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I've used it.
When did you? What? No. When?
You were gone for a while.
Yeah. I want reports of this stuff. How did you use it? I want information.
Oh, well, we won't do it on the podcast, but
Why not? People deserve to know.
it's cool. You plug it in and turn it on. And then you have to put it out in an open space.
It's
and
a
it
disc.
searches
It has a disc.
It's a big flat panel.
Uh-huh.
And it searches the sky.
Does it move?
Yeah. It moves itself. It turns
aims.
itself around and aims.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
This sounds very science fiction-y.
Oh, cool.
Like the bad
I thought you
guys.
knew I was using it.
What now?
I thought you knew that I had been using it.
No. I did not know. How am I supposed to know if I'm getting ever?
I thought I told you.
Nobody ever tells me
oh
anything.
my God. All right, well.
That must have been your other friend.
I feel like I told a lot of people.
Your real friends got
Oh my
told.
God. to be fair, when we are not in the same place, we often just kind of touch base beginning and end of day. Because we'll both be like, cool, I'm tired going to bed. Okay,
Yeah.
bye.
I know. I'm not actually faulting you. It's like this is interesting to me. So the thing's super cool.
It's super cool.
Nice.
I hate it because it's Elon Musk.
Yeah. But
But
think of
it's
it as a U.S. contracted device by the U.S. government. That helps a little bit.
Yeah.
Do I need to put it on a post? Does it matter?
You stick it on the ground. It's got a little stand.
Why even have a post option? We don't need it.
We don't need it. No.
No.
No, you just stick it on the ground.
I like putting posts in the ground, though.
I know.
Okay.
But it would need to have not anything by it, and that would be like a post just in the middle of the yard,
To
which
run
I am
into.
not okay with.
I'll run into it. I will.
Yeah.
I mean, I will inadvertently hit it with the tennis ball every time.
Yep.
If I tried to hit it, though, I would never be able to hit
Yep.
it. But if I'm chucking a tennis ball for one of the dogs, I will always hit it. Yeah. So never mind.
No, it's really cool.
Amaze balls.
Yep.
So
So even if your cell service goes down or is spotty, you can use a Starlink.
because it's like a router, you said.
Mm-hmm.
It works like a router,
Yep.
except it's
Like Wi-Fi.
connected to a satellite.
Yep.
So we might be the only house in the Keys with connection if AT&T goes down.
Yeah.
If,
Because
for example, a sailboat hit one of the masts, as it has.
That's right. We won't be screwed like everybody else. We'll toss the Starlink out there and be able to continue on with our day.
Yeah.
That's why I started this whole process
I'll
like
be browsing blue sky.
in
Whee!
March. That's right.
So
yeah.
what's the first project is solar panels.
And then we're getting an addition to our fence. We are fencing off the ocean from the front yard. It's going to go mostly under the house, like where we park the cars, and then it's going to go like across the side yard by the citrus trees.
And it should cut down on the escapos.
Yes, so it'll have gates, so we can open the gates and take the dogs to the beach. But now when we let them out, we always have to watch them constantly because they can run into the water, and Remy especially will swim away.
To Cuba.
Or they run around the fence and go to the neighbors.
Steak neighbor.
Steak neighbor especially, which Guac did last week, and there's people visiting there, and they were not very nice about it.
No, it's either rented out or friends, but they're not at Steak Neighbor. But Guac was like, ooh, Steak Neighbor.
Steak neighbor would be like, hey, Guac, hang out for a while. And these
Have
people
some
are
chicken.
like, put your dog on a lead. And I'm like, okay.
Put your dog on a lead in your own backyard.
Mhm.
I
So anyway.
think I don't want to say I was flinging jellyfish over to their side of the
But were you?
coastline today. Yes, I was. I mean, will they float back to our side? Perhaps. But it made me feel pretty good chucking jellyfish over
like
there.
I
I should
like
throw a few in their pool. I think if maybe
Don't say this on the podcast. Ingo.
I mean, hypothetically, this is for joke, as a joke only,
the way
for
the
humorous purposes only, or what do they say on TikTok?
the really extreme forums that I read, like the bad stuff, like they'll threaten to murder somebody or whatever.
Yeah.
The way that they try to get out of the legal responsibility is they put in parentheses in Minecraft at the end.
Oh my goodness, this is just as I would do it in Minecraft. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just foolproof strategy.
I take it back. I don't want you using
I
that.
hope
It
they
sounds
have-
too much like the bad part
I
of my
hope they
life.
have good legal representation, because that ain't gonna do it.
No, I know they're dumb. Yeah, it's like these detailed, like 4-page, like violent fantasies, and then they just put in Minecraft at the end, and it's like, no, man, that's not how that works. Anyway, let's not talk about that bad part of my life.
Anyway, I'm flinging jellyfish all over the place.
So we're gonna have a fence.
Retribution from above.
January, it looks like. I don't think I even told you this. Like they emailed yesterday, and they're scheduling for January.
That's cool.
So like on one hand, it's like aesthetically like not as beautiful, though. I think we'll plant some stuff around it, and it'll be fine. Especially the one like on the side yard, right? But it's gonna be, our lives are gonna be a lot easier.
Because it's, especially with the puppies too, the midnight swims, it's very disruptive to have to, dry off these dogs when you just want to go to bed, or you just want to, go somewhere, and then you've got like 2 wet puppies that are dripping all over the place.
Yeah, and like one of the reasons it's easier being in Maryland is we can open the door and just like let them go out and do their stuff, and it's not like we
leave them out there for a while. But having the ocean there is a big breach in our perimeter fencing.
And we can't really have all 6 of them out at once, or Brody, whatever, but 5 of them out at once, because you can't keep an eye on all of them.
Because Remy sneaks away.
Yeah.
Almost always, he's just like do, gone. And then he's gone.
So it's gonna be good. So yeah, those are up forthcoming projects. But the solar panels next week.
That's gonna be cool.
Next week, solar panels.
I think we have the
Yeah.
thing where if our power goes out, it switches to solar panels.
It does.
Right?
Yep.
Man, it might be like seamless.
It should be seamless.
We have a big ass battery, basically, that's going to be attached
battery
to the
wall.
car.
It is a Tesla battery wall. More Elon Musk in
Would
our
you
life.
stop?
I don't like it,
Don't
but
say it. Can we call it something else? Like
okay. There's a battery wall of indeterminate corporate
there
origin.
we go with
It's-
lithium-ion batteries.
It's gonna be mounted on the side of our house.
If it gets wet, will it blow up?
No.
Burn?
if you puncture it, it'll burn.
I'm not gonna.
Let's not
puncture
tell people how to fuck with our house.
it. Never mind.
Okay. So yeah, that's it. Dog update. Dogs are going to be fenced in. Dogs are going to be in lights even when the power's out. Dogs are going to have internet so you can get the daily snaps even if the world is ending.
And air conditioning.
And air conditioning.
Yeah, those were good dog updates. Thank you. That was very good.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Taste of the Keys. Card Sound Road got closed today because of a crash.
Cards Sound, which is the alternative to the
So
Route 1.
When
Yeah.
you're leaving the Keys, you get up to Key Largo and you're going to leave the Keys.
Yeah, that's
You can take Route 1 on the causeway, or there is an alternative road with a toll, Card Sound Road, that kind of goes up into the little other part of Key Largo and then over.
It's like a 35-cent toll. But it's I've taken Card Sound Road a few times. There's no shoulder. There's like swamp left and right, and I've always thought when there's no traffic, it's great. It's super fast. You can fly around,
Yep.
But I've always thought if there's a crash or if something bad happens here, there's not even room to turn around half the time.
Yep.
So it's kind of, there's no shoulder. If it goes bad, it goes bad.
I think it's technically Everglades. It's not like the part of the Everglades that y'all are used to, but the Everglades, like if you look at Everglades National Park, it ends like right when you get to the Keys.
Yeah.
Like the Keys are the edge. And so I think when you're up there, like out of Key Largo, you're technically driving through the Everglades. Just the edge.
Yeah, and it's a sort of the old road through there.
Yep.
It seems like it's the old one.
Okay. It's time for German Word of the Week.
This is from the internet, that Liam guy.
Oh, Liam
I
is
don't
great.
Hühneraugen Druckschutzring.
All right, wait. Say it slow.
Hühnerauge,
Chicken eye.
chicken eye, Druckschutzring.
Through
Druck is pressure.
pressure.
Schutz,
Heart.
protection. Schützen.
Schutz.
Schutz is
Oh, yeah, of
protection.
course. Schutz.
And ring is ring.
What the fuck does that mean?
Hühnerauge are, I think, corns. Is that like the lumpy things on your feet?
Oh, like a corn, yeah.
Corns and bunions.
Yeah.
But I think corns are the lumpy things, right?
I mean, they're both kind of lumps, but
so
yeah.
so that's a Hühnerauge.
Why? It's a chicken eye, okay.
I don't know,
Weird, but
there's a
why is it called a corn? Who the fuck
There's a
knows?
lump. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Okay.
who knows?
Chicken
Anyway.
eye.
Druckschutzring means
Oh, pressure, like relief ring, those little rings.
pressure
that go-
relief ring is good. Pressure protection ring, yes. So it's a little
those
donut
little
shaped.
pads.
Yeah, it's a little. It's those little. I mean, I guess they have them here too, right?
They do.
They look like little donuts, but
Yep.
they're pflaster. They're
Like Band-Aids. They
yes,
stick on. Yeah.
Yes. Band-Aids, right?
Yeah.
So, but they're round. So you put them around the corn, and it reduces the pressure, right?
I do not, nor have I ever had corns, but I think after some ultras, I've had like weird blistered spots, and I think I had some of those for that.
Some version of that, I
Yeah.
think, where it was like to relieve the pressure
So it's
or to not
rubbing
let
on
the
it. Yep.
let the swollen part of your blister rub against the
Mm.
shoe or sock or whatever. Hühneraugen Druckschutzring.
Cool. That's
Yeah.
a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's
Good
an
one.
old school weird German word.
Yeah.
Hühnerauge, chicken eye.
Can you imagine like you guys being in the store and you're gonna buy one of those and it's just one big long word like that? How many letters is that? Like 50 letters,
Yeah.
like just written across
But
the top
also,
of the
like,
package.
it's out of context. Hühnerauge doesn't mean corn to anyone. I mean, you'd just be like,
Oh, if you want to say like I have a corn.
You're the coquille, right? Like you'd be like, what the heck is a chicken eye?
Well, what would you, if you wanted to be like my foot hurts because I have a corn on it? What would
Uh-huh.
you call the corn then?
In German?
Yeah, you wouldn't call it a Hühnerauge. Like
Yeah, you would call it Hühnerauge. In German, you would. Yes.
in German, that's
yes,
what I'm
yes,
asking.
Yes, yes,
oh
yes.
yeah, okay.
I'm just saying, if you're an American, you come in there and you're looking
Oh,
for
yeah.
something about corns
No, that's right.
or feet things, you wouldn't expect a chicken eye to be that.
Absolutely would not.
Nah.
It's time for Ingo Corner, where you talk about whatever you want, and I won't tell you that is boring.
I think we've already talked about gratitude, or did you abbreviate the gratituding?
No. I've gratituded. Would you like to gratitude?
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to be able to do nice things for people, and I'm grateful for the online community we have, and I hope everyone goes to Blue Sky and is happy, and it makes Elon very unhappy.
Yeah, that's all good.
Because I have a little bit of schadenfreude about this stuff, because
Fuck that guy.
if some people aren't happy, I do get happy. So there you go.
He's the one who's earned it.
It's in my nature.
Fuck that guy.
Also, it's in my nature.
It is. It is your birthright.
Yes.
All right. Brody says it's time for second dinner.
Brody, you're right, actually. I mean, we're not giving you a watch for these reasons, but it is time. I know, Woofles.
All right, everyone. Well, thanks for listening. And until next time, Slava Ukraini. And don't bite anyone unless they ask you to.
That's right.
Bye.
Bye.